to another Random Sam Epic Mom. I don't know if I'm going to publish this or not, because this is probably piss a lot of people off. We have hit a historical moment in our lives, especially here in America, with the assassination attempt against former President Trump, who hopefully will be reelected. We all have to face some facts. In the past, God knows how long, many, many years, since even I was a kid, we've gotten to the point where we try to make the right choices. Whether they're political, everyday, does not matter. But it seems like the more advanced we get technologically, the more we seem to go downhill. Now, in the past 15 years, we have seen so many things happen. We have seen, okay, I'm going to be honest, in the past 25 years, we've seen so many things happen. And it has changed us every time. Over 20 years ago, 9/11 happened, and it changed our priorities. And through that tragedy, we all came together. But as time passed, we lost focus on what mattered. A lot of people will probably say I'm a bad person, that I'm racist, or I'm a bigot, or whatever. I don't really care what you call me. But we've got women who are constantly complaining about toxic masculinity, but then we make it okay for males who say they're female or trans to be in our private spaces where we change and things like locker rooms, taking over our sports. We have made it to the point where things like the Pride Parade, the Pride March. Here's a little tip for you guys. When that started off, way back when, it was about a bunch of people getting together saying, yes, we're gay, but we're just like you. We're everyday people. Because back then, if you were gay and people found out about it, you could be ostracized, you could lose your job, you could lose everything that mattered to you. So we've progressed to that. When I was a teenager, it became legal for gay marriage across the country. And I think that's great, because nobody has a right to tell somebody else who they love. But we have taken it to an extreme. And as the years have passed, everybody wants to get more politically correct. Everybody wants to be the good guy. Everybody wants to be, the open-minded person. But we've lost focus. Our children need to be protected. Long ago, when there were so many people who gave people crap for being gay, or being trans, or, just a drag queen, people used to say, I can't change this. This is how I was born. I was born this way. Well, guess what? Now we have people who say, oh, you were born wrong. It's okay to change your gender. And they do this to children before they have completely developed, gone through the systems that their bodies naturally go through, because they're giving them puberty blockers and they're making decisions for kids who are not mature enough to make these decisions. We have violence going on. We have school shootings. We have violence of civilians. I'm not talking cops shooting blacks. I'm talking gangs. And guys, I say gangs. There are gangs in every type of ethnic group. Mafia, gangs. Does not matter. There are violent people in every group of people. And we have too many people who are willing to attack. But anybody who is white is now being considered the enemy. If somebody is black and they do this, it's not reported. And I think that's really stupid for you all to act as if all black people are bad or all black people are good. There is no absolute, guys. Every black person I've ever met has been an awesome person. The majority of people I've met have been awesome people, but there are always going to be jerks and idiots in any group. But we've gotten to the point where we think it's okay to have violence for everything. If you don't agree with somebody, it's cancel culture. If you don't agree with the narrative, you're wrong. And we've gotten to the point, especially in this country, where so many people, we listen to the minority, the fringe groups, and we cater to them while we hurt everybody else's rights and just basic human kindness. You guys, I know I'm rambling, but it comes down to this. Everybody is shocked by what happened to President Trump. We live in a country that allows us to have differences. We are allowed to agree and disagree. One of the things that I think is funny is that everybody is always on, oh, Donald Trump's. When Biden got into office, everybody was happy because they wouldn't have any more mean tweets. And here's the thing we've forgotten, guys. You do not have to like everybody. You do not have to agree with everybody. But you do need people to do the job. I believe President Trump is beyond qualified to help fix this country. He was doing a great job. And too many of us have let our feelings get in the way. Guys, I don't want to be best friends with the president. He has too much responsibility. Any president has too much responsibility. And I'm happy in my life. I do not have to be best friends with everybody around me. But I do want to know that the police who work in my town, the local sheriff, they know their jobs. I am against anything that is affirmative action type thing. If you are not qualified for a job, I do not care what your skin tone is. If you are not qualified, you should not have that job. Feminists out there, because when Trump first got elected, you all did the whole little vagina hat psychoticness. Women out there are strong women everywhere, just like there are strong men. There's good and bad. I am tired of you psycho-feminists saying that people like me, who happen to be stay-at-home moms, housekeepers, all that, we are not an issue. The whole women's movement was so that I and you would have choices. I chose this. You chose something different. And a discussion. I am a mother of 5. I am trying to raise them in a good society. But we have too much crap going on, guys. We are too quick to help somebody from a different country instead of helping our own. We have let in thousands upon thousands of illegal immigrants into this country. And I don't care what any of you guys say. Until there are none of our children living on the street, no homeless children. I wish there was no homeless people, period. But until there are no homeless children, until there are no families struggling and living out of cars, I don't think we as a country have the right to be opening our doors, opening our borders for all these other people to come in. Because, guys, all these people, you're making accommodations for them. And you're making accommodations. And you know what? You're not helping the situation. You're making it worse. How are those people going to cope when it finally runs out and they have to, face reality? How many people, how many Americans are you hurting by trying to be the good person? And here's the thing, guys, especially with our borders issue. We have always had this really cool open thing. We want people to come in. We were considered a melting pot. What is going on now is not a melting pot. We are people coming in and taking over our country. We live in a country where you have freedom to religion. We have freedom to speak our minds. We have freedom for so many different things, guys. But you're letting people come in and change the basic core of our country. We do not have the resources to do that, guys. And anybody out there who thinks I am being selfish or uncaring, I want you to go online. Because if you're watching this, you already are online. Go online. And I want you to look up pictures from newspapers. Not just, tourist stuff, but pictures from 20 years ago. London, Paris, Rome, Barcelona, all these different European countries. I want you to bring up pictures of 20 years ago, LA, San Francisco, New York. And then I want you to bring up pictures of today. Not tourists, like I said. I want you to bring up pictures of what it looks like now. We are going downhill. I said this to my husband, I said this to my daughter, but as far as the refugees and such go, the U.S. has consulates. We have embassies all over this world. If you truly want to come to this country, go there first. Prove you deserve to be in this country. But I don't think you can. Because, guys, there are so many amazing people who have immigrated to this country in the past 50 years. But they had to go through a process to become immigrants. And every person I have ever met who went through the legal process to become a U.S. citizen has been an amazing person and proud to be part of this country. We have people in this country who aren't proud to be here, which in my opinion means you need to get the hell out. But it comes down to this, guys. We bring refugees into this country from the Middle East, from Africa, from China, from everywhere, guys. And the majority of the refugees who come in to this country or any of the other European countries are young males. These are men who are usually in their early 20s. A lot of times, a single male in a family will come to the country, but they leave behind the women and children. And I'm of the opinion of this: if you are strong enough to fight and you don't like the way your country is going, then you need to band together to fix it. I do not approve of all these people coming to other countries and demanding that country changes their principles and the way they do things to accommodate somebody else. They have not earned that right. In this country particularly, and I know this has happened in other countries, we have illegal immigrants who will come in, commit a crime, and are not prosecuted for it because they're not a legal immigrant. They might get deported, but chances are they won't, and they'll get lost in the system. There are people who, all these people crossing the border, they are shipping these kids to live with random people, but they're not keeping track of where these kids got put. There are so many things going wrong, guys. Now, as far as the refugees from other countries, if you're from a war-torn country, please, let's set up embassies. Let's set up centers near these countries so that we can help them get strong enough so that they can go back and protect their country. Because guess what, guys? We're not protecting ours. We are wasting the sacrifice of so many of our soldiers and police officers and firefighters, first responders, to accommodate stupidity. It might be selfish, and it might be small-minded. I don't care. But I want a safe country. I have 5 children. My son, my eldest, is going to vote in this coming election. He's going to be 18, and he's going to get to vote. I want him to be safe. Right now, the majority of you people on the internet will look at my son and be like, you know what? He's a young white male. And if he's not liberal, he's the enemy. And he's not. I got 2 8-year-old boys. They're not the enemy. I have a 10-year-old daughter. She is not the enemy. I have a 15-year-old daughter. She is not the enemy. But these kids are being told that they have to choose a sexual preference before they're out of elementary school. These kids are being told that they should question whether or not they truly are a boy or a girl. Guys, our kids deserve a childhood. They should be deciding if they want to go swimming or just hang out at the park. they need to be deciding what their favorite color is, what their favorite animal is. Those are the decisions these kids need to be having. We do not need to be shoving this BS propaganda down their throats. My daughter was told when she was in middle school that she needed to decide whether she was gay or straight. And if she didn't say she was gay, then she was, not being honest with herself. No. You know what I told my kid? You are too young to make a decision. I don't care if you date other girls. I don't care if you date boys. You're not dating till you're 16. I told my kids that if you have questions, you come talk to me. But until you are an adult, I'm here to protect you. And guys, that's what we have to remember. We need to stop this violence. We need to stop the perversions. We need to stop this. We need to fix what we've broken. And I honestly think that with the assassination attempt against President Trump, that needs to be a wake-up call, guys. We have to come together as a country. We need to be strong again. Not only do we need to fix things like our economy and such, we need to fix people in general. Now, guys, again, I've hit you with a lot of stuff. I want to reiterate some things, though. Who you are as a person is how you act. It's the person you present. I do not care if you are gay. I do not care if you're straight. In my opinion, it isn't my business. As long as you are doing something legal and you are not hurting somebody like children or people who are not in a position to defend themselves, I don't have a problem with what you do. But do not shove it in other people's faces. You do not have the right to do drag shows on the street and encourage children to see it. I'm sorry. No. I do not care what your guys' skin color is. I do not care what your political affiliations are. I do not care if you have a college degree or just a working person. I don't care what your religion is. As long as we all remember that just because you are one way doesn't mean I have to be that way. We need to start supporting each other. We need to start encouraging good behavior. We need to encourage healthy growth, not just of our children, but of ourselves. And remember, guys, no matter what is going on, violence is not the answer. Anytime you want to break things down into a race, religion, ethnicity, financial status, you are in the wrong. It does not matter. You as a person matter. If you can see that, we can start going forward. Like I said, I probably won't even post this, but I need to put it out there. That guys, we've got to fix these things. We've got to get better. All of us. And I do include myself in that. So please, if you do watch this, if I do post it, please spread something positive out there. Please think of a solution. Instead of whining and complaining about a problem, before you stand up and protest or do anything like that, come up with a solution. Even if it's an impossible solution, talk about solutions. And remember, we can't fix everything like that. We've got to work at it. And it's the things that we're going to have to work at that are going to be worthwhile. I'm going to sign off. If you guys have any topics you'd like to know what my opinion is, or just talk to me, please let me know in the comments and I'll try and set it up. And I hope you all get better, do better, and smile. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out our other videos already on YouTube. And give us a like and subscribe. And if you hit that bell for notifications, you'll know when we put something new out. So try to make every day matter by finding the fun. You guys have a great one. Bye.